worthy. You are strong, irreplaceable. You belong. You are love. You are worthy. You are strong, irreplaceable. You belong. You are loved. You are worthy. You are beautiful, strong, irreplaceable. You belong. You are loved. You are worthy. You are beautiful, strong, irreplaceable. You belong. Hey, San Francisco, time to stop the war. It's time for a ceasefire.
I would like to thank our impresario of justice, Don Shearer, who's done a great job regaling us. All right, so welcome to our Wednesday morning visibility event for justice. We decided to do it on Thursday, and I'm really glad to be here to advocate for ceasefire. And I'm also really glad to be here to introduce a wonderful person who is an outstanding member of the Human Rights Working Group. Ladies and gentlemen, Dolores Perez Heilbron.
Hi, everybody. I'm co-chair of the Human Rights Working Group, a committee of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation. And our acting minister, Laura Shennum, could not be here this morning and asked me to read her message to you. This morning, I'm not able to be with you in person, but I am with you in the spirit of love and what it demands us to do. As a Unitarian Universalist minister, I believe it is important for us to live our faith values and principles, which call us to recognize the worth and dignity of all people and that we are all interconnected in this world. What harms one harms all. Therefore, I am called to echo the demand for a ceasefire now and permanently. Since October 7th, this horrific chain of events, the people of Israel and Jews around the world have been grieving and reeling, and my heart hurts to hear of the rising death toll in Palestine, which is now over 20,000 people, with an estimated 8,000 children dead. We are losing generations of people. We are losing the wisdom and creativity of these generations. What harms one harms us all. I am grateful for the Interfaith Movement for Human Integrity and the American Friends Service Committee for all they're doing in creating this effort, and the banners going up around the Bay Area, Ceasefire Now. I am also grateful to the UUS, our Human Rights Working Group, for securing a banner for our UUSF community. May love and peace prevail, and may no more lives be lost. And may we hold steadfast in this demand for a ceasefire until it is realized. That's from Laura. And now, on behalf of the Human Rights Working Group, I would like to acknowledge that we are proud to be one of the first faith organizations in San Francisco to display this beautiful banner. The banner proudly proclaims our demand that a permanent ceasefire take place in Gaza immediately. This is our public way of crying out to everyone who sees it to take a moral stand and to do whatever they can to stop the continuous slaughter of innocents in Gaza. Ceasefire now. Okay, today over 22,000 civilians, including newborn babies, women, and helpless hospital patients and medical personnel, have been killed in Gaza alone. And the remaining population there now faces starvation and other terrible privations. We hope you will join us to get the word out and make all possible humanitarian efforts to stop this wanton cruelty. Our American leaders must change their policies of supporting this conflict diplomatically and militarily. They must finally agree with the United Nations proposal for a permanent ceasefire to stop the slaughter and provide assistance to the remaining inhabitants of Gaza and Palestine. We ask you to join us in this quest. Please talk to us or contact us at uusf.org/HRWG and to hear about future events concerning this issue. Thank you very much.
I'd like to acknowledge Dolores, who has been a tireless voice for justice and human rights. And when we've been out here on Wednesdays advocating for human rights, whether it be for ending violence around the world, whether it be advocating for rights for immigrants, we've had to make partnerships with a lot of different wonderful groups. I would like to take a minute to acknowledge a wonderful woman that is here with us and who has demonstrated with us in the past. Can we give a warm welcome to Kathryn Anderson of our neighbor, St. Mark's Lutheran Church. Kathryn, can you come up and say some words for us?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kathryn Anderson, as most of you know me. I'm a member of St. Mark's Lutheran Church, which is just half block down from us, and also a member of a sanctuary team, and have worked the last 5 years accompanying immigrants, refugees, asylum seekers. A few weeks ago, many of us celebrated Christmas. There was one place where Christmas was canceled, and that was in Bethlehem, the birthplace of Jesus. There was no joy in Bethlehem this past Christmas or in Gaza. Reverend Gunther Isaac of the First Evangelical Lutheran Christmas Church in Bethlehem delivered a very powerful Christmas message. In it, he spoke about the complicity of silence, and he was addressing the churches which have, in some parts, used the theology of empire. This theology is based on supremacy, imperialism, and racism. Reverend Isaac wondered whether the world cared. I wish he could see us here, because there are many, many people who do care. So at St. Mark's this Sunday, January 14th at 10 o'clock, we are going to be airing and viewing Reverend Isaac's Christmas message, because we believe it's very important to get his message out to the world of what is going on. And whether we're Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Buddhist, atheist, humanist, we all know that genocide is simply wrong, and we can all take a stand against it. And I know we are, and I hope we can spread the word of Reverend Isaac's message. Thank you all. It's a pleasure to be with you as always.
Kathryn, thank you so much. It is a pleasure to have you as a partner, and we're so pleased to, have friendship with St. Mark's Lutheran Church. And even though there's tremendous injustice happening in the world, which we are all mourning and grieving, I think it's great for us to come together and find voices that are speaking out for peace and justice. And one wonderful advocate that we have here in San Francisco is Art Persyko, who's an excellent voice and advocate here in San Francisco. Art, do you want to come up and say some words?
Thank you very much. I'm proud to stand with the humanity, decency, and conscience that motivates the Unitarian Universalists of San Francisco to call for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza. Instead of giving in to the impulse for revenge, Israeli Jews and Palestinians should have the courage to break the cycle of violence between them and listen to each other's tragic stories and histories, have empathy for each other, and show kindness and understanding to each other as the way to peace rather than kill each other. The iconic image of the Earth as seen from space back in the 1970s should be the inspiration for a new way of not only looking at ourselves as interconnected human beings on this planet, but to act on that new consciousness. The multiple threats to human existence on the planet add urgency to the need to move beyond primitive responses to violence. So I would ask, isn't it in our individual and collective self-interest to evolve from retaliation and revenge when attacked to move toward empathy, understanding, and reconciliation to solve our differences? The conflict in the Middle East we are witnessing with horror is an opportune time for us to step back and think about new approaches to resolving international conflicts. The growing movement of cities in the United States to pass resolutions calling for a ceasefire in Gaza is a very hopeful trend towards such a shift in consciousness and consequent actions in which we, instead of responding with violence to violence, we respond with listening, understanding, empathy on the way to peace with justice, with the recognition that human beings are all brothers and sisters on this planet. And we attempt to live upon together. San Francisco took one small step forward this week with its board of supervisors enacting a resolution for a ceasefire in Gaza. I hope we can follow up on that and do all we can here in San Francisco to promote peace with justice based on mutual understanding and respect between all peoples, from the local to the global. Thank you.
Art Persyko, thank you so much for being with us today and for mentioning the things that we should be truly grateful that we're making progress on talking about the need for ceasefire here in San Francisco. And I'm really eager now to introduce another outstanding voice on the Human Rights Working Group. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Neuburger.
While millions are justly enraged and in anguish over the cold-blooded barbarism of the Zionists in power, no one should lose sight of who is the dog here and who is the tail. Without arms and political and economic backing, the Israeli government could not carry out its apartheid and genocidal policies. From the beginning of the Zionist project, the imperialists have made a condition of their support of Israel the willingness of the Zionist collaborators to carry out suppression of the Arab peoples, and the Zionists have been willing to carry out actions in support of U.S. backers all over the world, including in Central and South America. Sometimes the imperialist spokesmen look like deer caught in the headlights when someone publicly denounces their hypocrisy, as happened at the Emmanuel Church in Charleston. But this fumbling pretense at innocence is an act. Nearly every bomb, every bullet, every artillery shell, every tank, every weapon used to massacre the men, women, and children of Gaza come from this country and Britain. And so while Israel will be in the docket today at the International Court, if there was any real justice in this world, the U.S. and the British would be right there with them, facing the 8 charges outlined in the South African indictment. And I'll just mention those 8 very quickly. Killing Palestinians in Gaza, 21,110 fatalities, maiming and psychological trauma and human degrading treatment. That's number 2. Number 3, causing the forced evacuation and displacement of 85% of the Palestinians in Gaza, including children, elderly, and the infirm, and the sick and wounded. 4, causing widespread hunger, starvation, and dehydration to besieged Palestinians. Number 5, failing to provide and restricting the provisions of adequate clothing, shelter, hygiene, and sanitation to the Palestinians in Gaza. 6, failing to provide for or ensure the provisions of medical care to Palestinians in Gaza. 7, destroying Palestinian life in Gaza by destroying its infrastructure, schools, universities, courts, public buildings, public records, libraries, stores, churches, mosques, roads, utilities, and other facilities. And number 8, imposing measures intended to prevent Palestinian births in Gaza, including through reproductive violence inflicted on Palestinian women, newborns, infants, and children. South Africa cited myriad statements by Israeli officials that constitute direct evidence of an intent to commit genocide. Yet, even in the face of these overt and public calls for genocide, Genocide Joe and his accomplices continue to back Israel as a critical mainstay and defender of this capitalist imperialist system. And it is this system that is becoming more and more recognized as the real source of horror enveloping this world. We need a fundamental and radical change, and soon. Thank you.
I want to thank Bruce Neuburger for his words today and for his consistent call for justice in the world. And Bruce is publishing a book that is coming out, so we appreciate him writing on the issues at hand. We also appreciate the work of artists and performers that help bring to light the issues that we need to address. It's my pleasure to introduce Karen Melander Magoon. Karen, come on up.
Thank you so much, and ceasefire now, ceasefire now. I am so overwhelmed by what's happening today, and pray that the International Court of Justice will take on those claims and the accusations of South Africa and recognize the genocide that is going on, which affects all of us, and of which all of us are somehow a little bit guilty. So, end apartheid, end settlements, end administrative detention, and end the war on Gaza. I wrote a long time ago, because war has been going on forever, I wrote a song that was actually put up on at the time of school massacres, was put up on several websites, and it's called When. When will the memories of war be silenced? When will the slaughter end? And when will peace transform each act of violence? When will our peace begin? Think of all the bread that can be bought for 20 bullets, schools in place of arsenals and homes, in place of all the weapons made to make the memories of war. When will the battles end? Think of all the bread that can be bought for 20 bullets, schools in place of arsenals and homes, in place of all the weapons made to make the memories of war. When will the weapons end? When will the slaughter end? Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
So it's a great day that we have a banner up calling for permanent ceasefire, which is an expression of our values. It's a great day that we have the San Francisco Board of Supervisors voting to endorse ceasefire. It's a great day when we can come together and advocate for justice. We should have justice here at home. We should have justice in the world abroad. And it's such a pleasure that all of us can come together for such important things, and we can share friendship. So thank you, everybody, for being here today. Ceasefire now.
I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on ceasefire. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on ceasefire. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on ceasefire. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Don't be shy, you can sing along. Well, I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. You know, I woke up with my mind stayed on freedom. Well, I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Gaza. You know, I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on the children out in Gaza. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on the children of Gaza. Hallelujah. It's time for mercy. It's time for peace. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on ceasefire. You know, I woke up with my mind stayed on ceasefire. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on ceasefire. You know, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. It's nice to see everybody come out here in the sunshine. Everybody's here out of love. Some of it's a little salty love. I heard some of the words. That's all right. You know, that grandma used to deliver that kind of salty love, but it was still love, right? You are loved. You are worthy. You are beautiful, strong, irreplaceable. You belong. Imagine that singing to a child, to a Palestinian child, right? You are loved. You are worthy. You are beautiful, strong, irreplaceable. You belong. Let's add something to that. Your guys are gonna do ceasefire now. You are love, ceasefire now. You are worthy, ceasefire now. You are beautiful, strong, irreplaceable. You belong, ceasefire now. You are loved. Yeah, you are beautiful. What? Oh, you are beautiful, strong, irreplaceable. You belong. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. There's no need to kill children. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. And the atrocities. Ceasefire. Ceasefire now. Here's one I've changed a little bit. It seems like a lot of people, the kind of the facade has fallen away and the naivete and the innocence has fallen away. Now I see, now I see, now I see, now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved someone like me. You know I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, so blind, but now I see. Now I see, ceasefire now. Now I see ceasefire now. Now I see that in the middle of the road there's a broken man with blood on his face and trembling hands, and he's so cold and stoned, and he cannot understand why people living in the cars, people living in the street have to choose between medicine and food to eat, and a mother has to tell her kids why daddy's not coming home. Now I see, now I see, now I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved someone like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, so blind, but now I see ceasefire now. 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 It's okay to be glad you're alive. It's all right to cry out in the night when the seasons have changed and you must find out why. I will bid you farewell till we meet by and I'll follow your course till you're long out of sight. Yeah.